Hello, hello, hello. This is Maggie Clemens, owner and broker of World Realty. And this is my monthly real estate stats for San Diego County. So let's get it started. This report is called the Monthly Indicators Report. It is put out by the San Diego Association of Realtors. It's about a 15-page PDF. If you would like a copy of it, please just send me an email and I'm happy to shoot you off a copy of it. So let's get started. There's some pretty scary numbers here. Let me put my glasses on. So let's just kind of go over what it says here. While the effects of COVID-19 in the broader economy continue, real estate activity is actually beginning to recover across much of the country. Mortgage rates have been below 3.3 for more than 4 weeks and hovering at all-time lows. Lift and showing activities up 4% nationally. I know you've been hearing that from me. So, mortgage rates are down, showing activities are really up. The closed sales, this is just for San Diego County, decreased 44.5% for detached, 49.8% for attached, and we're going to go over all these numbers because I know the media can make it sound so scary. Pending sales down 7.5% for detached and 8.3% for attached. Inventory is down, and median sales price is up, and days on market have decreased. And this last paragraph here, I always like, buyers have been quicker to return to the housing market in force more than sellers, who have been showing a bit more reluctance to list their homes than is typical for this time of year. So let me just, before we get started going over these stats, in March of this year, obviously, everything kind of stopped as we were ordered to shelter in place. Prior to that, we as a real estate profession were telling everybody that if you were going to sell your home, that 2020 was the year to sell it, that everything was, all the stars were aligned. And we were starting to see that in the market in March when the rug got pulled out from all of us and we were ordered to shelter in place and everything stopped. Now, since then, and we're going to see these in this numbers, is buyers are out there. We have gotten more inventory, but not nearly enough. Yesterday, when I looked, we had 4,861 homes on the market for all of San Diego County. There's 3.3 million people in San Diego County. And of that 4,800, 2,725 were single family homes. So obviously we do not have enough inventory. And what happens then is, when supply is down and demand is up, then it causes the prices to increase. But I want to caution you, because real estate is a cyclical entity. It ebbs and it flows. And as I said, we were anticipating a great year going into 2020, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And now, all of the numbers have been skewed a little bit. So let's just take a close look here at what this says. Now, again, I like this report because it breaks it up by detached. So this is only detached homes, of which I said there is 2,725 of those on the market right now. But we have a very active market. So let's take a look here. So new listings, and what I like about this is it goes over the last 3 years. We can see what the trend is. And this column here is just for May of 2019 and for the month of May 2020. Where over here we have year to date from January 1 to the end of May in 2019, and then the same for 2020. So as we look at these numbers, it says for new listings of single family homes that we are down for the month of May, 28.4 and down 27.4. So we can see, so this little line is at 11 months. So this is 12 months, December, and you can see last December was exactly the same. It was down to nothing, and then the market started coming up. We were starting to get some listings on the market, and then here is April. So we went into March strong. April just kind of nosedived, and then this is coming back into May. So towards the end of April, we started seeing more activity. From March till for that month from March to April, pretty much the only homes that I was seeing coming on the market were flip homes, that were vacant and staged and looked all pretty. And now we're starting to see more owner-occupied homes coming on the market. As we learn how to adjust to our new normal, we learn how to show homes without spreading virus or anything like that. We are starting to see the market start to correct again, but we still don't have enough inventory. So we can see here from April to May, our inventory did go up, but from May to May, it was still down 28. And you can see last year, so this is December, you see we had a pretty strong year all of last year. So we're a little down for this year, and that's to be expected, I think. Pending sales is down for the month 7.5 and down year to date 15.3. So let's take another closer look. So here is December of 2019. You can see that we were starting to come up, and in March, and then it died. And then now in May, the pending sales have gone way up again. And let's see, so this is December, January, February, March, April, and here's May. So it is down from last May, but not a whole lot. Closing sales, look at this. It is way down, but you got to expect that. When a home goes independent, typically the normal escrow period is about 30 days. So closing sales are always going to lag pending sales, and that's what we're seeing. So last month, for the month of April, we had very little pending, and then it shot up in May. Well, this is what's happening here. So it's dropped a little bit, and I would anticipate next month we're going to see that number come up. But from May to May, it is down 44.5%, and then year to date, it's only down 16.1%. And I say only because that's not bad, considering, we got a lot of year left. So I anticipate seeing this number coming up quite a bit. Now, the number that is still going up is the median sales price. So from May to May, it was up 1.2%. And then year to date, it is actually up 5.8. So who would have thought that in the middle of a pandemic that the median home price would still go up? But again, it is because of the old supply and demand rule. We don't have enough supply, and we have a lot of demand. And we see the same thing on the average sale. And it's come up year to date 6.3. The percentage, the dollar volume of sale is just based on the sale price. How much are we going? And that, of course, is going to be negative because we don't have nearly the sales that we had last year. Percentage of original price received, it was going up high. So that means pretty much everything we were putting on the market, it was selling pretty close to what it was listed for. And from month to month, it's at 0.3. And from year to date, we're at 1.3. So 98.4. For every $100, we're getting 98.4 for that home. And then days on market. Of course, we're seeing days on market drop because we don't have the inventory. So every time a new home hits the market, if it's priced right, if it looks good, boom, it's going into pending very quickly, but it is down from what it was last year, and that's not a bad thing. Housing affordability. I always talk about housing affordability because here in San Diego, it's a real problem. And the higher this number is, the bigger the problem that it is. And we can see back in 2018, it was low. It went up in 2019 here, and now it's starting to go up again. So what that means is, let me see if I can get this right. It would take 55% of the median income earners' income in order to qualify for a median home price. So that's a lot because most banks aren't going to lend you 55% of your income to buy a house. And this is a problem we have in San Diego as wages have not kept up with home prices. Inventory of homes, you can see, is way down. this is saying, well, this is about what it was just yesterday. I had 27.25, and this is 28.76. So we can see it started to go up in 2018. I don't know if you remember that time, but we were thinking this is the correction we're looking for. We were thinking we were going to have more inventory, but then it went back down, and then we struggled with inventory for most of 2019, and then bam, 2020 hits and everything breaks loose. So we can see here that we have not had a lot of inventory all year long. I personally think that that's what we're anticipating, and only because after 35 years of working with the public in sales, I can tell you that when people are uncertain, their tendency is to just stop. It's to tread water and to wait. And I think that that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing that home sellers are just waiting and, just seeing what's going to happen next. Month supply of inventory, of course, is down. It was last May at 2.8 months, and now we're down to 1.7 months. And what that means is that if not another home comes on the market, we will totally sell out of inventory in 1.7 months. That's not a lot. I'm going to look at the attached markets. Attached homes mean condominiums, townhomes, row homes. We don't have a lot of row homes, but we have a couple downtown. So let's just take a quick look here. So new listings, and you can see here, we're kind of going through the same thing, but it did not drop as much as single family homes. So from May of last year to May of this year, it is down 19.3% and down 15% year to date. Pending sales, that pretty much looks like retail as far as it, we were off to a good start, and then boom, it just died. And then pending sales came up in May, and then we can see here, closed sales are very down, and we'll anticipate the same thing, is seeing that come back up next month. But for pending sales, we are down 8.3% from May of last year and down 12.6% year to date. And closed sales is going to be down quite a bit. And we'll see that number come back up again next month. The median sales price on condos and townhouses is still going up, not as high as the single family homes, but you can see it was down really low, and then we started picking up here, and then it kind of went down. So month to month, May of 2019 to May of 2020, we have an increase of 1.2%, and year to date, 5.2%. Average sale is about the same, actually it's down. Let's take a look at that. So May to May, this would be May of 2000. Well, yeah, that's a huge drop right there. And then year to date, it's plus 4.1. So we just have kind of a little anomaly there. Dollar volume of closed sales is down again because we don't have the sales, but we'll start to see that come up. I actually think if it continues in this way, 2020 is still going to pull itself out, and we're still going to have a good real estate year. And thank goodness, because it's going to be real estate that pulls us out of this whole mess that we're in. I don't want to say recession, but I have heard that word a couple of times. Percentage of original price received, 98.7, and year-to-date, 98.6. So, there's a lot of buyers out there. And when there's a lot of buyers and low inventory, we have a lot of multiple offers, and that is going to pull the price up. So a lot of homes are going up over list price, and then, some are going down below list price. Days on market has gone down, minus 18.5 for the month, and then minus 15.6 year to date. That's to be expected. Housing affordability index, while it is not as bad as a single family home, it is still climbing, and that in itself is bad. So you would need 85% to get into a medium home price. Inventory of homes for sale. So again, I love that it shows these charts. It goes from May of 2018. Here we were thinking that the bottom was coming, and we were going to start seeing more inventory, and then boom, all of a sudden it stopped. And 2019, we went up during the summer months, which we always do. And then it dropped in December, which it always does. And then just when we thought it was going to come back up, it busted. And here we are in May of 2020. Month supply of inventory for attached homes, it was 2.5 in May of 2019, and it is down to 1.9 of there. So I'm just going to kind of breeze through this to make this a little bit shorter. They sometimes get long. But what I like about this, again, is that it shows the graph. And I always tell people that, you know, real estate is a cyclical business. So you always have to kind of look at trends and not get worried about it. And we can see here, this goes back to May of 2012. And we can see every, you know, as soon as the new year starts, the school year starts, we start to see the new listings go down. It comes up in the spring and the summer, and then it goes down, you know, and we can see that from, you know, the last 8 years, we have a pattern here. And this is where we, you know, like to look at the numbers when it comes to, you know, looking at the statistics. Where it is different is this year. So we had that usual downturn in December. This is December here. And then the new listings started coming on the market in January, had a little bit of a dip in February. March was going strong. And then we see the nosedive in April. And you can see that does not happen too much. We have a little bit of a dip, but it doesn't. And then here we go in May, we're starting up again. So hopefully this is just a little bit of a hiccup, and we're going to see, you know, the normal pattern here as we finish out the year. Pending sales, this is pretty much the same. If we look at the 12-month, it shows coming down. But if we look at the pattern, and we see here's our anomaly here, but if I look at the 12-month average, it's 1781. So it's only down about 2.3 over the past year. In May, the detached homes pending sales, there was 2005. Where, you know, in June of 2019, it was 1974. So what is that? 25, 30 homes difference. It's not that big of a difference when you look at that. But you do see here in April, this is when it nosedived. March, towards the end of March, and then April. We're going to see that throughout this whole thing. Closed sales follows pending sales. You can see these kind of graphs kind of look alike here. And we're going to see that kind of playing out as we go through here. The medium sales price. So what medium means, just so that you know, median means is that 50% of the homes sold above this price and 50% of the homes sold below that price. It's not always a good indicator, but it is a indicator. And what we can see here from May to May, so this is those May to the month of May to the month of May, and then this is the year to date on this side. We can see every May it's gone up, the sales price. This is no exception, even though we have a pandemic going on, even though we were in a shutdown, and even though we've had racial riots, you know, the home prices in Southern California are still going up. This is for detached, this is for attached. Year to date, this shows 675 for detached, and this shows 442. I did a video yesterday, and I thought I misquoted, because this says that it's 675, but when I went over here to the info sparks, this shows the median sales price for all of San Diego County, all prices, and it shows that it's, let me do this, let me go to detached, and maybe I shouldn't do that. It's probably taking too long. I'm not going to wait. Maybe I'll come back to it. But it was just off. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. But let's take a look at the median sales price real quick here. So in May of 2020, it was $662,675, which is an increase of 1.2. Rolling 12-month average is an increase of 3.4 for detached and an increase of 3.6 for attached. And you come up here and look, so it's not that big of a difference. It was 670 in June of 2019, here 440, and it went up to 435. But again, you know, the problem is are wages keeping up with that? Here's the average sales price. So the average, they take the sum total, divide it by the number, and that's where they come out with it. I personally feel that the average is a better metric, but it looks like everybody looks median. So dollar volume of closed sales, we can see our yearly pattern. Coming from Chicago, it was a little surprising for me when I got into real estate that we still went through, the downturn in the holidays or, towards the winter, and we don't have snow or anything. And then I realized that in San Diego, and maybe in Chicago too, but in San Diego, our market is more determined by the school year. So people are wanting to be where they need to be before the school year starts, and then we start to see it go down. Percentage of original price received, we can see that number has just been up and down, but it's been pretty steady for the last 3 years. Days on market, this is all based on inventory. People want to buy homes in San Diego. That's what I love about San Diego real estate. It's like playing Monopoly. But we have this beautiful weather and people want to be here. And that part hopefully is not going to change. But because of the lack of inventory, the homes that are coming on the market are selling much quicker. And if we had more inventory, they'd sit for a little bit longer. Here is our affordability index, and we can see that back in 2013, we had good, high affordability. More people living here could afford to buy here. And then it kind of started going down, and it's been going down, and then it started to come up, and it's going down. So we're going to have to see how that plays out over the years. Inventory of home sales. Now, this is where the supply and demand curve comes in. So May of 2018, we had, why is that on there? Oh, let me just do that. We had 4661 for single family homes for sale in May of 2018. May of 2019, that went up to 4947, and then boom, it dropped down to 2876. So we're going to have prices going up as long as we don't have that inventory. But I'm going to bet that we're going to see this inventory start coming up here. And then attached, it was kind of the same thing. So we're kind of back to where we were in 2018 with the attached market. And then the month supply of inventory, we can see, as we were coming out of the last recession, we had some inventory, but not a lot. It's not even 3.5 here. And then it started to go back up in 2014. And then ever since, we've just been playing catch up. 2018, again, was that time that we were thinking that there's our correction. And then as it turns out, you can see in 2019, our inventory went down, went back up. And then here we go. All the way into December, it just dropped down to nothing, and then it started to go back up again. And then this is just a total market overview. It includes both the detached and the attached and puts them all together. And of course, the numbers look a little bit more skewed. I kind of like it when it's broke up a little bit. Anyway, that is my San Diego real estate market stats for May of 2020. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And again, this PDF is available. Just shoot me off an email, text me, however you get a hold of me. Tell me that you want the market stats PDF, and I will send it to you immediately. So that's my video for today. Take care. I'll see you soon.